Testing, testing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the slightly delayed start here, but we've got some perfect weather for a nice doubleheader here at the campus of St. Stephen's. As we're bringing you game number 1 as the Spartans take on the Trinity Tigers. So AJ Revlo here, and again, bottom of the first just underway as I've reached out and I'm working on hopefully getting some rosters so I know who is where and who's batting. And currently we've got our fourth batter coming up. First batter for the Tigers struck out, as did the third. Our second batter was walked. He's number 11 is over on first. As here comes our fourth batter here. It's going to be number 13 as he takes a swing and a miss. It's going to be strike one. Gets right by. Runner's going to go ahead and sit tight over at first. Count goes even at 1-1. This matchup is going to be between our 6th and 7th grade middle school teams, I believe. We do have our next game will be between the younger squad. That one's just a bit outside. Count goes 2-1. So middle school baseball with some slightly different rules. As that one gets chopped foul. Count goes even at 2-2. So slightly different rules for you folks who are at home listening. Our umpire, or officiating crew, if you will be giving some coaching as they're out and they see things such as a balk or anything like that. So I'll do my best to explain what we're looking at. That one has a liner right back to the pitcher. Gets right out past the outstretched glove of the shortstop. Center fielder able to get it. Shortstop throw to third in time, but just out of the glove of our third baseman. As number 11, who was over at first, makes his way all the way around to third. Number 13 will make his way over to first on the single. Thank you. Let's see who we're looking at. Got a roster here now. Looks like Dennison James. Number 11 is over at third base as that one gets right by. Count goes 1-0. Hale Matthews with that hit that you just saw. As that one gets called for strike one, count goes even 1-1. Pitcher's name is Charlie, so we'll go with that until I get a full name from him. This Charlie's looking pretty good on the mound with some nice pitches. That one goes right by. Bennett Julian is there. Throw to first is in time. As they catch Mr. Dennison. They're going to leave Mr. Dennison over at third, and number 13, Mr. Matthews, will get thrown out, and that'll be out number 3. I'll have to get my scorebook here a little bit more organized our next go-around. Looks like 2 runners left on, 1 hit, 1 error. And that'll do it for the Tigers here for the top of the first. So bottom of the first now underway. So again, some of the little different rules here for the middle school level of baseball. We're going to get an hour of playing time with a 5-run rule for each inning, which will advance to the next. And talking to both our coaches, they're pretty psyched for being able just to be out and to play some baseball. As are we, as it's a warm 88 degrees out. I wore shorts because I knew it was going to be a little warm, and it's gotten significantly warmer. And I'm sorry, I just got told I said Tigers. I didn't mean Tigers, I meant Tornadoes, Trinity Tornadoes. Sorry about that. We've got Len, our outstanding quality assurance director tuning in. And he said, AJ, you said Tigers. I said, oh, I'm sorry, and I do apologize. My fault on that one, but we're going to get everything situated and fixed up here as the Tornadoes are taking defense.
You want me to fill out the book for you?
No, I can just, if I can take a picture of it, I can hold on to it.
I don't have it's hieroglyphics.
Oh, is it? Oh, then yeah, I'll let you fill out the book then. I'll let you do the book then, yeah. All right, we'll get the Spartan lineup here shortly, as you just heard my wonderful conversation with our coaching staff, and finally going to get them to work a little bit here. So the Tornadoes on defense. Spartans are making their way up to the plate. Again, folks, I'll hopefully get a little more detail as number 2. He's going to make his way out to the plate first. So as I mentioned, just a little bit different on the rule side here as we go through some middle school baseball, and looking just for a nice hour of just some fun baseball for these kids as they've, again, listening to the coaches talk beforehand, anxious to get out and get on the field, and they finally got an opportunity here. And here's the first pitch to number 2. That was going to be outside for ball 1. Here's the second pitch. Going to be a little outside as well. Count goes 2-0. That one's going to be high and over the head of our batter. Count goes 3-0. And it looks like that's going to be second baseman Rhett Berger. Yep, Everett Rhett Berger at the plate as he takes that one for ball 4. Which brings up our next batter, and I apologize, I haven't gotten a number on him yet. Oh, it's Navarre. Charlie Navarre is what it looks like. He doesn't have a number on his jersey. He watches that one go by. Count goes 1-0. So Berger's over at first. Navarre's at the plate. He watches that one go by. Count goes 2-0. As that one gets cold right over the plate for strike 1. Navarre still ahead in the count 2-1. Our next game, again against our younger middle school squad, is set first pitch at 6 o'clock. Right after this one, as Navarre takes a big swing. Can't make contact on that one. Count goes even at 2-2. So bottom of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. As our runner's going to take off from second on the third and thinks about it. As he is yet to get back to base as Berger finally walks his way back to the third base. So Navarre getting the count full at 3-2 as there's a pitch in the dirt, and he's going to make his way on over to first on a walk. Next up is going to be number 28, Sebastian Reichel, and he hits a nice high fly towards center, straight into the glove. Sacrifice flies we're going to get him as Berger takes off towards home, and he's going to make it across to get the Spartans a 1-0 lead as Navarre makes his way over to second on the throw home.
Give him a little bit of time. It's still too early.
So a sacrifice fly for Sebastian as he came out in an ugly, ugly facial cover that was burnt orange. As up next to the plate is going to be number 26. It's going to be Alec Newman. Newman giving a big swing on the first one he sees. Can't make contact. He goes down to the count 1-0, or 0-1, excuse me. That one gets away from the catcher as the Jones makes his way over to third. Counts even at 1-1 here for Newman. That one's going to be outside and in the dirt. Newman gets ahead in the count 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the first here for the Spartans is they have a 1-0 lead over the Tornadoes. That one, nice pitch, is going to catch the plate. Count goes even at 2-2. Prager's going to make his way up next. Zach Prager. As that one goes by, count goes full for Newman, 3-2. Newman waiting for the full count pitch. That one's going to be outside for ball 4. Newman will make his way over to first on the walk. So runners on the corners now for the Spartans. As Newman's over at first, Jones is at third. Probably up, sure is. It's Dean Jones, not Navarro. I'm sorry about that. So Dean Jones is over at third. Zach Prager's at the plate. Going to be inside again. He gets ahead in the count 2-0. That one's going to get by. As Prager watches it, count goes 3-0. So he's ahead in the count. Newman's going to make his way over to second on that wild pitch.
It's a live ball, guys. Pick it up. Let's go. You got it, Prager. Wait for your pitch.
As Prager makes his way back into the box. Southpaw batter. Always unique to see a lefty at the plate. That one's going to hit the dirt in front of the home plate. Prager will make his way over to first, so bases will go loaded now for the Spartans with 1 out here, bottom of the second, and with a 1-0 lead over the Tornadoes. That one's going to be a bit inside for Chase Roth. So he gets ahead in the count 1-0. Takes a big swing at that one. A liner down the third baseline. That's going to go foul. Count goes even at 1-1, but made some good contact on that one. It's Mitchell Blue. At the plate, it says Hayes. That's what he likes to go by. So Hayes at the plate. Excuse me, at the mound. As that one goes by Roth, count goes 2-1 for him. That one's going to go by the catcher, and runners will stay put as Jones takes a stroll about 3 yards off of the third base bag and makes his way back. Counts 3-1 here for Roth, and he's in danger of possibly walking a run in. That one's going to be wide and outside for ball 4. So all runners will advance. And Jones will come across to score. Spartans take a 2-0 lead over the Tornadoes. So up next at the plate, it's going to be number 10, Sam Shea. So our Trinity Tornado having a nice discussion there at the mound, as you can see. So Sam's up to the plate now. Bases loaded. Spartans the 2-0 lead. That one's going to be outside and in the dirt. Count goes 1-0 here for Shea. That one going to be inside and in the dirt. Count goes 2-0.
Keeping your hand down low. Up and over the ball. Here you go. You like it, you have it.
That's going to be a bit outside. Counts 3-0 here for Shea. He's doing a good job showing some discipline there at the plate. That one's going to catch the plate for strike one. As Baloo gets one over. Shea, a 6th grader, one of the 2 so far here that I have information on as well. He gets a little trickle grounder over to first. He's going to get tagged up and forced out. Not before one run comes across, though, as Newman makes his way over. So Shea will be out number 2 on the fielder's choice, which is going to bring up number 5, Chris Jawal. So Prager's going to be over at 3rd now. Roth is over at 2nd. And that one is swung on and missed for strike 1. Jawal, the other 6th grader on the team that I have information for. So that one gets by the catcher. Count goes even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Baloo. That one's going to be right over the inside of the plate. As Baloo gets ahead in the count, 1-2. His first time ahead here this afternoon. That one's going to be in the dirt outside. Count goes even at 2-2. Charlie Navarre will be up next to bat if Jawal can make his way over to first. It's going to be just a little bit outside. Count goes full 3-2 here for Jawal. There's the full count. That one's going to be high, and nice job by Chris Jawal to watch that one not make an offering. So he'll get walked on over to first. So bases loaded again now for the Spartans. Charlie Navarre, pitcher, out to the plate. 2 outs, and the Spartans with a 3-0 lead over the Trinity Tornadoes, as that one is going to be high and inside for ball 1. So remember, folks, it's a 5-run limit per inning here for middle school baseball. So 2 more runs come across. That'll be the end of the inning, as that one's going to be outside in the dirt for ball 2.
Right over the top, Ace. Nice and loose. Right over the top.
And a nice high fly down the 3rd baseline is going to go foul, and the left fielder not able to get underneath it. This count will go 2-1 here for Charlie Navarre. And the runners will trot back to their bases.
Line drive, Charlie, line drive.
Good, Charlie. All you got to do is step on it back. You get a grounder.
There's a pitch from Baloo, is going to be outside, past the catcher. Runners will stay put. Count goes 3-1 for Navarre. Finn Springer will bat next if Navarre makes his way over to first or gets a hit. As Baloo gets set, here's the pitch. It's going to be inside, and Prager will come across to score run number 4 for the Spartans. Roth will advance to 3rd. Jawal over to 2nd, and Navarre is going to get walked on over to first, which is going to bring up Finn Springer to the plate. That one's going to be in the dirt for ball one. Springer gets a little piece of that one. It's going to go foul. Count goes even at 1-1. That one's going to be a bit outside and get past the catcher. Count goes 2-1 here for Springer.
All right, Finn, you got it.
Blue with the 2-1 pitch. A big rip by Springer. Can't make contact. It's a little too high. Count goes even at 2-2. Here's the pitch to Springer. That one's going to go over the plate. It's a drop strikeout, but it is a force out over at first, and Springer will go down looking. Route number 3. Yep, there it is. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, run doesn't count, as that was a drop strikeout with bases loaded. So that's going to do it, which means that number 20, Jack Shockett, will be due up next here, bottom of the second. But the Spartans bring across 4. They take a 4-0 lead over the Trinity Tornadoes. And I'll hopefully have an idea of who comes up next. But let's see if we can get one of our spots to work. So we'll take a quick break, folks. We'll be right back for the top of the second. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13, not yet, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close in the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
So we are perfect and good to go, and welcome back, folks, as the second inning is set to get underway as your Spartans take on the Trinity Tornadoes. AJ Arevalo here live from the campus of St. Stephen's to bring you this action. As it looks like Trello Navares on the mound, finishing his warm-up, looking really good here in the first inning. Trinity leaving 2 runners on. Couldn't quite bring a run across for the top of the first, and brings us to our 4-0 score here for the Spartans. There's a nice throw down. It gets a little too high, but a nice throw anyway by Zach Prager, our catcher. Your artillery coach says that's not fair that Navarre gets to pitch and hit. He should have a DH in there for him. That's the good thing about baseball, folks. Everybody knows everyone. And Stuart Wynn makes his way up to the plate. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. Big swing by Wynn, can't make contact. Count goes even 1-1 here for Navarre. That one gets called for strike 2, and Navarre gets ahead in the count, 1-2. So here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to drop over. It does get tipped as Wynn takes a nice rip at it. Count will stay 1-2 as that's a foul ball.
Get ready.
So here's the 1-2 pitch from Navarre. A dropper over the plate. Wynn takes a swing, can't make contact. He'll go down swinging for out number 1.
Can't tell right now, but I guarantee he's smiling.
Yeah, I can't tell, but yeah, that didn't.
You hear the proud parent for Charlie there. As that one catches for strike one. Trying to get a number of our batter there. I'll get it here eventually. This Navarre with a nice high pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two. So that's going to be pitcher Mitchell Ballou. Ballou watches that one go by. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here, top of the second. So that one's going to be a little too high and outside. Count goes even at 2-2. And a big swing by Ballou on that one, can't make contact. As he will go down swinging for out number 3, or excuse me, number 2. Which brings up our next batter, and I'll get a name here. It's going to be number 1. Gets a piece of that one. It's going to go foul for strike 1. That's going to be Alex Sutton at the plate for the Tornadoes. So here's the 0-1 from Navarre. Over the plate for strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second. Navarre with the 0-2 pitch. And getting a piece of that one is Sutton. It's going to drop. Navarre's going to get to it. The throw to first is not in time. And Sutton is going to leg that one out.
Got him.
And they're going to get him stepping off the bag.
No, he pretended like he passed it to the
Ah,
pitcher.
so it was
That's old.
it was the hidden ball trick is what that was, as they pretended to throw it back to Navarre, and it didn't happen, and the tag was made. So that's going to be out number 3. A little trickery there from the Spartans to get out of the second. So 1 hit, no errors, no runners left on here for the Tornadoes, and as the Tornadoes make their way out onto the field. Shockett, it's number 20. Jack Shockett will make his way out to the plate. 8th grader here at St. Stephen's. And he'll be set to lead off. Top of the order will be up right after him with Berger batting second and Jones batting third.
I was going to announce very loudly.
Yeah, next one.
I'm sorry, I'll go and lock it right this second.
Okay. Jim Door to straight ahead, Gray. Yeah.
Let's see if we can move this over just a smidge. There we go. Get you a little bit better view of the field here for you folks at home. So Mitchell Ballou back on the mound for the Tornadoes. So our umpire comes out and says 2 more pitches. Remember, folks, we get an hour of playing time here this afternoon, which means we got about 30 more minutes. So we've got an hour time limit, a 6-inning limit as well. So whichever comes first. And when that time is called by our umpire, it's going to finish out that inning, and that'll be all she wrote. So again, first pitch for our second game is scheduled for 6 o'clock. So be sure to hang out and tune in. We'll pretty much just go quiet here for a little bit. We'll leave our video feed up for you to enjoy at home. But don't go anywhere. Hang out. As Jack Shockett is up to the plate. And here's the first pitch from Blue to Shockett here. It's going to hit the dirt in front of the plate. Shockett gets ahead in the count 1-0 on the first pitch. And a little bit more of a crowd here this afternoon. I don't know with the mask mandates coming up, or St. Stephen's is still enforcing certain mandates as Shockett takes a big swing at that one. Can't make contact. Count goes 1-1, but just be sure, folks, if you're going to come out that you've gotten the okay, and just be sure to bring your mask with you. But finally nice to have some fans in the stands behind me, as that one's going to be in the dirt in front of the plate. Shockett gets ahead of the count back again, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the second. And the Spartans with a 4-0 lead over the Trinity Tornadoes. That one, nice swing and a rip there by Shockett. It's high towards left field, behind the left fielder. And Shockett's going to round first. He's going to slow it down as a throw into second. He's going to make it in time. Right past the shortstop, so Shockett's going to go ahead and take off. He'll make it sliding into second. And Shockett will get a single. And the steal over to second. So top of the order coming up now with Rhett Berger making his way to the plate here for the Spartans. It was walked back in the first, and it was the first run to come across. As he takes a rip at that one right over the second base, past the center fielder. Shockett's going to round third and keep it going. Berger is going to make his way to second in time, as that will be a double for Berger, an RBI double. Shockett makes his way over towards home and makes his way across, and the Spartans take a 5-0 lead over the Trinity Tornadoes. Which means up next is going to be Jones, number 7. That's going to be Dean Jones. He doesn't have a number on, though, so we just know it's him. He was walked back in the first. That pitch is going to be inside for ball 1, with Berger over at second. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, top of the second here. Jones at the plate, Blue with the pitch. And a little chopper towards third, fielded. Thinking about it, not going to make the throw, as Jones will make it with a single. Berger will be held up at second as the third baseman for the Tornadoes. Did a good job of holding on to it. Which brings up Sebastian Kreixel, I believe. I apologize if I'm butchering that name, as that one's going to be inside behind him. He's going to have to move in. Jones is going to take off. So actually, Jones and Berger will go ahead and advance on that wild pitch, as Sebastian gets ahead in the count, 1-0. Here's the pitch. Gets a piece of that one, a high flyer towards center. Center fielder underneath it, he catches it for the out. Runners are going to tag up, but they're going to stay put as that one gets over the second baseman. And Blue doing a good job coming up to help out his second base. And the fly out towards center will be out number 1. Sebastian both times has flown out deep. He did get the sacrifice back in the first, but he's got a nice powerful swing there. I'm sure he'll hit the fence at some point in time, which brings up number 26, Alec Newman, to the plate. He watches that one for ball 1. He was walked back in the first. So 2 runners in scoring position with Berger at third, Jones at second. That one gets by the catcher, and Berger's going to sit tight. Newman gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Gets a piece of that one, a little bouncer towards Blue. Newman's going to try to leg it out. The throw home is not in time as Berger comes across. Jones will sit tight at third. Newman, we'll go ahead and give him a single. Well, that might have been a fielder's choice, but we'll say it's a single. as he'll make his way over at first. So runners at the corners now with Jones at third, Newman at first. Spartans with a 6-0 lead over the Tornadoes. And Zach Prager makes his way to the plate. That pitch, a little bit too inside. Count goes 1-0 for Prager. Jones going to get by our catcher. Jones will stay there at third. Count goes 2-0. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Prager. It's going to be outside past the catcher. Count goes 3-0. Jones will still sit tight, but not Newman. He's going to make his way over to second on the wild pitch. So there's a 3-0 pitch from Ballou. Wow, 3-1. Almost close. So 3-1 count here for Prager. 2 runners in scoring position now. Pitch, that was going to be high and over the head. The count goes full 3-2. I must be confused on my count, so I apologize, folks. I was going to catch the box. Prager will go down looking for out number 2. All right, so looks like my book is backwards, as that was Chase Roth, and so now Prager, Zach Prager is going to be at the plate. I'll get them figured out here shortly. As Prager takes a hack at that one. Count goes 1-1. And for the record, I had our Spartan coaches fill out my book for me, so not on me. As Miss Kathy's next to me laughing. I'm going to make sure everybody listening knows that that was not me. So Prager at the plate watches that one go by, high and outside. Count goes 2-1. And getting a piece of that one. As that one goes high towards the third baseline, and it's going to be caught for out number 3 with a nice pop fly brought in by the third baseman. Prager will be out number 3. So 2 runners are going to be left on here for the Spartans. So we'll give 3 hits and 2 runners left on. Couple come across, though, and the Spartans are going to take a 6-0 lead here after 2. So we'll take a short break, folks. We'll be right back for the 3rd inning. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts.
Wait, hold on just a moment.
It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com. Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd and 13. Not yet. Another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close in the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Third inning set to get underway as Ryan Wallen makes his way out to the plate for the Trinity Tornadoes. As the first pitch is swung on and miss by Wallen for strike 1. Remember, folks, our Vype Spring Sports sponsor here is going to be Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. As Wallen takes a swing and misses at that one. Count goes 0-2. As Navari back on the mound. I take that back. We do have a new pitcher, I believe. Looks like Zach Shockett, and it is. So Shockett's going to be out on the mound. Count goes 1-2 here for Wallen. It's going to be in the dirt in front of the plate. As you see Shockett go, darn it, I missed it. Count goes even at 2-2. Shockett with the pitch. Going to be a little bit too high. Count goes full, 3-2 here for Wallen as he's clawed his way back after going down. 0-2 to start.
There you go.
Doesn't quite get the drop that he was looking for, and off to first goes Wallen as he is walked. Next batter is going to be number 4 for the Tornadoes, Quinn Evans. Pitch from Shockett is some nice heat right down the middle. Count goes 0-1. That was going to be way inside, and Evans is going to have to duck away. Count goes even at 1-1. Oh, look, he got away from Shockett just a little bit. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Back over the plate. That one goes just a little bit too high. Count goes 2-1. As here's the pitch. And looks good from my angle, but a little too outside. Count goes 3-1 here for Evans.
There you go.
There's that pitch right over the middle. Count goes full at 3-2 for Evans. As Shockett found the strike zone there. Wallen over at first for the Tornadoes. Evans here at the plate as here's a pitch from Shockett. Right over the middle there. And Evans will go down looking for out number 1. As number 3 comes out now. Tejo Peters. Peters takes a swing at that one and gets a little piece of it. Count goes 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is going to be just a little too high. Count goes even at 1-1 here for Peters. One ball, one strike, one out. Top of the third. As that one's going to hit the dirt right in front of the plate. Count will go 2-1 for Peters. As Prager calls a quick time and trots on out to the mound. As I always like to say, tell Shockett, hey, find that strike zone or no McDonald's afterwards. So it counts 2-1 here for Peters. Shockett getting set. Here's the pitch. Peters getting a high little piece of it. It's up, up, up. Prager underneath it. Oh, it's just outside his glove. It is going to drop fair, though, as Wallen's going to have to hustle his way to second as he was hanging out at first. He is going to make it in time, as Peters will make his way over to first on an error. That'll be an E2. Prager had a glove on it and bounced just right out, which brings out our next batter, and I didn't get a number, I apologize.
Even if it was a foul ball, you know.
Shockett with the pitch. A little bit too high. Count goes 1-0.
First baseman went to second.
So top of the third, one out. That one's going to be a little bit too high. Nice job by our batter to sit tight. Count goes 2-0.
Come on, good eye now. Come on.
Shockett getting the pitch he likes. Here's it. 2-0. It's going to be inside, and it's going to be number 7. It doesn't look like he took that one in the leg. Roman Rawi. That's going to be a ball, so it counts 3-0 as Shockett gets set. And Rawi gets a piece of that one. A little bouncer towards third. Between the third baseman and the shortstop. Shortstop picks it up, throw to third, not in time. And Rawi will make his way over to first. We're going to give him a single on that one. The runners all will advance, so bases loaded here for the Trinity Tornadoes. As here comes number 11, Dennison, up to the plate. He last saw action back in the first after he was walked. Couldn't quite come across, though, as a run.
There you go.
As here's the pitch from Shockett over the plate for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out here, top of the third. Shockett a little bit too high. Prager doing a good job getting his glove on it. Count goes 1-1. We've seen a few wild pitches with a bases loaded situation here. They get away from the catcher, so Prager doing a good job of getting in front of it. As that one gets in the dirt, he gets a piece of it. Runners are going to have to hold tight. Count's going to go 2-1 here for Dennison. So here's the pitch. That one's going to be high. Count's going to go 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and bases loaded. No runs across yet for Trinity as Dennison takes a hack at that one and gets a piece of it. Count goes full 3-2.
We good now.
His next pitch will be the deciding factor here for Shockett. He either brings one across or he gets an out. So here's the call. Here's the pitch.
Nice.
Right over the plate, and he gets Dennison looking for out number 2.
One more. Let's go.
That's a nice pitch by Shockett. As up comes James Borgerding.
There you go. Talk it over. Talk it over. All right.
So Borgerding has a plate. He struck out his first time at bat back in the first. With one runner on, but now with bases loaded, let's see what kind of approach he takes here. As Prager makes his way back to the plate. Shockett. Set. Here's the pitch. As Borgerding takes a big swing at that one. Can't make contact, so count goes 0-1.
There you go.
That one, getting a piece of it, is Borgerding. Gonna go foul, so count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded here, top of the third. As the Tornadoes look to possibly catch up to the Spartans. Here's the pitch, it's gonna be inside. Count goes 1-2. It's going to be a little too low. A couple burned pitches there for Shockett. Count goes even at 2-2. He's got one more to burn if he needs to. As a quick time is called by the Spartan dugout. Quick little chat here. So Borgerding's counts at 2-2 for him. Again, he struck out his last outing. And with 2 outs and bases loaded, got to play this one smart. So here's the pitch from Shockett. A swing and a miss, and Shockett gets out of that one. As Borgerding's going to be out number 3. So 3 runners left on for the Tornadoes. 1 hit. I've got 1 error this time, but none come across. So your score is going to stay 6-0. Spartans with the lead. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the bottom of the third. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd 13. Not yet. Another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close at the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson. She fires the 3. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back, folks. New pitcher on the mound for the Trinity Tornadoes in Hale Matthews. So we'll get to see what he has as he makes his way out and finishes his warm-up. Bottom of the third, set to kick off. Spartans with a 6-0 lead over the Trinity Tornadoes, and up next is number 10, Sam Shea. He'll be set to lead off for the Spartans here in the third. With Chris Jewell batting second. And Charlie Navarre batting third. So Matthews on the mound as Shea makes his way to the plate. Yes, here's the pitch from Matthews. One's going to be high and a little past the glove of our catcher for ball one. Shea was thrown out back in the first on a fielder's choice. As that one's going to be high and fast for ball number two. Shea sitting ahead in the count now at 2-0. Matthews with the pitch. Another high pitch by Matthews. Count goes 3-0 here for Shea. He's doing a good job of sitting tight and watch the pitches go by. He's got 2 pitches to burn, so we'll see if he sits tight again for these next few. So here's the pitch. That one's going to be a little high, and our umpire takes one to the chest. Wipes a tear from his eye as he watches Sam Shea walk on over to first base. Which brings up Chris Jewell. And one of the few 6th graders here on the lineup for me. He was walked back in the first after working the count full. So here's the pitch to him. It was going to be high and outside. And Shea's going to take off towards second. Count goes 1-0 for Jewell.
Okay.
Matthews with the call. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Chris Jewell. And a swing and a miss. That was a little too outside. Shea will go ahead and take off towards third on the wild pitch. Count goes even at 1-1.
Come on in, Sam. Run again. They ain't gonna make it to first.
You got it, Chris.
Are you all right?
You all right?
Half a day, now you ain't did, man. You should have did your homework already, took your nap.
Some catchers, that pitch had some heat on it. He's put some dirt on his finger and he's good to go. Counts 1-1 here for Chris Jewell. Here's the pitch from Matthews. That one's going to be high, past the glove. Shea's going to stay put over at third. Count goes 2-1.
Come on, man. Come on, Sam. Yeah, come on with it.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the third. Spartans with a 6-0 lead over the Trinity Tornadoes. Here's the pitch from Matthews. It's going to be outside. Matthews got some heat. Still trying to find the strike zone, though. This count goes 3-1. Sam Shea still at third base, waiting to come home. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Matthews to Chris Jewell. That one's going to be too high, and that'll do it as Chris Jewell draws another walk. So runners on the corners here with Jewell at first and Shea at third. So here comes Charlie Navarre. Navarre was walked back in the first. That was going to be a high and over the head. Shea's going to stay put. Jewell's going to take off towards second, though. Yes, he'll make it in time. Count's going to go 1-0 with Chris Jewell at second and Sam Shea over at third.
Yeah, that's right. We are on third.
Matthews with the 1-0 pitch to Navarre. Over the top. Count goes even at 1-1. Here's the pitch for Matthews. Navarre takes a hack at that one. It's going to go past the net. Out of the park. Down the third, pass behind the Tornado dugout. Count goes 1-2. Navarre, who was our starting pitcher, back in the first and second. Looks at that one, takes another hack. Same spot, going towards the lights, but goes over the pole. Count's going to stay 1-2. Charlie's dad's here in the stands with us, and he gets a quick. We'll have to pay for it if it gets broken. So here's the 1-2 pitch from Matthews to Navarre. It's going to be in the dirt. Shea will stay put at third. Count goes even at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the third. 2 runners in scoring position with Chris Joel at second, Sam Shea at third. Charlie Navarre at the plate watches that one go by. Count goes full, 3-2. And that one's going to be just a little too low. Navarre will get walked. Bases are loaded now. Which brings up number 29, Finn Springer.
My man. Turn that back in, huh?
That's actually going to be the time. That'll be it for us, folks. Remember, we have an hour time limit per game, so unfortunately Finn Springer will not get an opportunity to bat. And I was under the assumption we'd finish out the inning, but I guess since the Spartans are in the lead and at bat, that is why the game is going to be called. So game number 1 goes the way of the Spartans as they take down the Trinity Tornadoes 6-0. Remember, folks, game 2 will be up here shortly. First pitch scheduled for 6 o'clock, so hang tight. We're going to leave the stream on. I'm just going to turn my volume off so you don't hear me talk anymore, but I'll be right back for game number 2. Stick around. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.